Hello and welcome to the Retreading Business YouTube channel. We recently interviewed retread machinery consultant Alessandro for the Retreadcast about the latest trends in the market for retreading equipment. Here now is that interview in full. This week on the Retreadcast, we're focusing on the market for retreading equipment. And with that in mind, we're very happy to be able to talk to Alessandro, who has many years' experience as a retreading machinery expert, most recently with TRM. Alessandro, welcome to the Retreadcast. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, David, for the invitation. I'm fine, thank you. You?
Yeah, not at all. Well, not all our viewers will necessarily be aware of this, but we know that you recently parted company with TRM. Tell us what your plans are at the moment.
Yes, at the moment I'm considering for my future the target market, and I'm evaluating where my skill can make a difference in their business development strategy. I'm still looking around.
Perfect. Okay, well, we have a number of questions for you. We wanted to talk a little bit about the retreading market, the machinery market, some of the trends and developments that are taking place. So perhaps we can start by asking you what you think are the key trends that you've seen in the equipment market in recent years?
Yes, I spent my last 5 years in the retailing market. I saw in the last year one process that I call aggregation, where the tire manufacturers started to be strongly involved in the business, especially in Europe, and follow with the model that we have already seen in US. Also in Europe, they started to buy and to make acquisition of the main retraders. This is a process that I suppose is going ahead also because now the retrading is part of the value chain of the tires product. And the other part that we have seen, the other effect is the increasing complexity. 5 years ago, or we can go also already more back 10 years ago, in the retrader they have a very small amount of product to retread. Then started to come the cheap tires that increased the complexity, but what really increased the complexity was the answer of the tire manufacturer that started with the second and third brand in order to fight the low price. At the moment, in the retraders, we see plenty of different tires, different size that the retrader were not able to manage some years ago. This is the main effect that I saw.
Okay, so equipment is very important for retreaders, obviously. So what are the key areas that retreaders are currently focusing on, and how can choosing the right equipment help in that process, do you think?
In my opinion, the main point where the retraders have to focalize is the quality, because the outgoing quality is still due to the skill of the operator. So that it is necessary that the outgoing quality will be the most stable in the market in order to have the perception of the high quality. At the same time, the customer are able to have a traceability in the process. All the goods that we buy in the market have the traceability, and also inside the retreading process we need to have traceability. But all of that we need to take care about efficiency, because the customer is still looking for price when buy retreader tires.
Sure. Well, efficiency, of course, is vital to retreaders, especially when you're talking about retreaders having to compete on price with new tires from different parts of the world. Efficiency is vital. So, what, in your view, are the gaps in efficiency currently affecting the retreading markets, and what are the areas in which retreaders need to improve?
Yes, as I said before, it's very important that the outgoing quality is related to the skill of the operator, and that the retreading market, unfortunately, still requires very huge human effort, and that's we can translate also in high turnover in some retrader. I personally visit the retrader where we had more than 40% turnover in a year. That means that the outgoing quality has a very big variation. Important is that to keep this much stable as possible in order to give the correct quality level to the end market. And also, if we compare with the reference market, these are the new tire manufacturer, we can see that a very big gap in terms of efficiency due to the big amount of people that are employed in the retreading business comparing with the new tire manufacturer. We employ at least 5 times more people to produce the same amount of tires. But also the production means are very different in the new tire manufacturer. A building machine for truck now is able to produce at least 3 times more than 10 years ago. But if I compare with the building machine, the retreading, we never had this big gap in terms of efficiency. Also, what we need to take care is about the energy cost because the autoclave is not the best solution. We have, of course, possibility to improve because we have process that still use the same process, but with very high efficiency level, like the composite of the glass industry. And also, a very important point in order to increase the efficiency is to have the traceability of the process, not only about the product, but using technology like RFD, encasing or barcode in order to track and to improve the quality of the service.
Sure, yeah, you talk about technology and the ways in which retreaders can improve their processes using technology. Can you give us some more information on specific ways in which retreaders can help make themselves more efficient by the sensible use of technology?
Yes, it's normal for me to use as benchmark for some machine in the retreading business, the machine tools. If you look now a lathe that is normally used in the shop floor is more in line with the spec sheet than a machine that we are able to know some years ago. And we don't have such device in line with the state of the art in the retreading. Of course, we have one HMI, human machine interface, that is very simple for the operator to be used. Doesn't need so much training. It's completely linked with the MRP and the mobile system, so you can access from remote to the machine. Then you have the full collection of data process. Also, something that is important to add in the retreading is the use of a robot for handling or to some automatic warehouse system. We still have a lot of a transport system made by hand without any control. And one thing is the monorail. Monorail is very cheap, but it's not the best solution to have a continuous flow in the plant. The bigger traders started to install some roll conveyor device in order to guarantee a complete flow inside the plant. And another very important thing, in my opinion, is the use of strip winding technology for cushion, for thread, for sidewall, that help to decrease the complexity because you just need to manage the compound and the rest of flexibility you achieve through the extrusion device. Also, to extend the use of chirography or ultrasound system in order to check the quality of the casing, this will help the retreader to increase quality and to have a better efficiency. At the same time, you can substitute or to have this system to help the operator like a 3D camera device in order to support the inspection and the control of the machine. The technology is available, just to look around to see what's happened in the other business. What is very important in the retreading is to find the correct trade-off between price and cost. That is always important for the retreader to balance.
Absolutely. So tell me, just to wind this up, what in your opinion is next for the retreading industry? What trends can we expect to see in the coming years?
Yeah, in general, I see that the retreading is under evaluate the component of the green wave because we know that retrading is an important part of this green approach that we can have in the business. Of course, we have some area that we are still a very big part of the retrading, like the truck, OTR, aircraft. But for instance, passenger is very undervaluated. In my opinion, and I have already heard some rumor, there are some interest from car makers and also tire makers, because due to the increasing in electrical vehicle, that you are a very rapid wear of the tires, you are able to have a more number of casing to be retraded. That is something that I'm expecting in increasing again in this business that we lost in the last 10 years. Another very important thing that I suppose is also the truck that are substituted the tires in the agricultural business. This is also an area that very few traders are active. And of course, there is this brand new area that are related to the non-pneumatic tires. Non-pneumatic tires, all the tire manufacturers are involved in this strategy to develop such kind of tires, and we need to understand which is the at the end of the life the casing to be retraded. So retrader, I suppose, is still a business with very high possibility to go ahead.
Okay, Alessandro, that was a fascinating insight into this subject. Thank you very much for joining us on the Retreadcast, and we wish you all the best in your search for a new role in the industry.
Thank you very much, David.